Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm just doing this video so that I can show you some of the positions that I'm in and some of the reasoning behind the positions that I'm in, so that you can obviously maybe try to get into some of these positions if you feel like there's something that you see here or that you like. And also because it's kind of hard for me to keep up with social media recently. I'm being in a lot of positions. I'm a very active trader. Sometimes I keep something, sometimes I don't. You know, I post entries, sometimes I don't get time to post the exit. So I just want to be as transparent as I can. And I figure posting up a video with the new trade positions that I have, may be able to clarify some of the, hey, are you in, are you out, what are you doing with the position. So let's start off with NTAP. I'm in this one on the trend break here. Posted this one on my weekly video earlier this week, and I'm in this one right at the trend break. I'm in at $36.01, $36.02 exactly. At my long entry, I sold some of the chart already, and so right now I'm just trailing the rest of it. I'm going to use probably like the 13 or the 8 EMA here, as long as the chart can kind of stay above this range. I'm okay with it. As long as we can stay above this pivot range here, then I'm okay with hanging on to it. If you watch the video from this week, you'll see that my goal is to get up to this range here on NTAP. Know that I'm coming into earnings, so I definitely don't want to hold into earnings. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get out of this position before that. But so far so good. From the 36.02, I got to sell some, and now I'm just gonna trail the rest of it for at least for right now. I don't like holding into earnings. I also have SM. So I took SM off the 200 SMA on the daily chart. My entry on SM is at $32.90 on the long side. The chart's at $33.50 now. So what I'm looking for is this downtrend here to be broken. So ideally what I need is for tomorrow the chart to go over today's high and possibly close over the trend line, which would be good for me. But for right now, swing is basically based off the 200 SMA, and we have increase in volume. MACD is starting to curl up. Stochastics is up. I kind of like it. I'm definitely hanging on to it. I do like the energy sector for a little bit more upside, so I'm definitely hanging on to this SM for right now. SRPT, I took this one at $30. I think I tweeted this one out. $30 on the long side. I'm playing the 200 SMA here again, and so as long as the chart can stay in this range, well, we'll be okay for now. So let's see what happens off of that. I took a new trade today on VNRAP. Now this is a very thin chart. Okay, it's an energy trade, but this one it's more for a possible position type trade. So it's gonna be not for right now, not for tomorrow, probably a little further down the line. But I can hang on to it with the price that it's at right now. I'm okay with it. So my long entry today was at $4. I had a set entry, a set buy order in there at $4, and so I got filled at $4, and so I'm gonna be long on this one. Obviously, I'm playing a retest of the 200 SMA. I'm gonna use this little uptrend here as a reason to stay into the trade. Ultimately, there's a trend line here that I definitely need to stay above. So I'm in at 4. Starter position. There's a lot of room to add. There's this chart's really, if you look further out, this chart's really just starting to curl up here. Just broke the downtrend, relatively speaking, and so at the $4 retest of the 200 SMA, that's my position. It's a very thin chart, so it's not something that you're expecting to move right away off of, and obviously I'm not expecting that move right away either. JDST, I have long JDST. Now, I bought JDST 3 days ago again, and so I'm gonna hang on to the entry that I have. I have an entry down in the 17s, and I don't feel like I want to throw that away. Chart closed today at $20.89, and I'm okay with the chart starting to curl up here, with the indicators starting to curl up, and if I look at GLD, for example, I'm feeling like the top end here is definitely in play, and I'm okay with hanging on to that bearish gold mentality for right now. And so I'm okay with keeping the the JDST long as you see the 50% retrace here on GLD, and I'm okay with keeping the JDST trade on the long side for right now. I took a long position on SNCR also at the 200 SMA. Chart still sitting here as a 13 cross up, so I'm gonna be hanging out with the SNCR. I know that earnings is coming up. I have a small position on a starter, so I'll just be hanging on to this one for now. Today I did TSRO on the short side, so I'm seeing obviously where the chart is at on the on the daily. 52-week high came all the way up to there. I'm short. My average is 154.85. I closed out some of the position today. I got a little pull into the end there, and so I ended up closing out some of the position right before the 50 EMA, and wasn't a huge gain on it, but maybe I'll have some more profit taking coming in tomorrow. Obviously, I'm risking that ultimate high there as for anything that I decide to do with it further on. I took a short position on Ren also, and I took this position at $47. I'll show you why I'm taking the position on Ren. You have to look at a much bigger picture here on this one, and that's a monthly chart. If you do a fib, from where it started, the downside to where it ended, to the bottom over here, you would see that the 50% is right at the $47 level. Hence my short entry at 47 on Ren. I've been waiting for this one for a while, so now that I have it in my possession at the $47, I'm okay with hanging on to it for right now. Give it a couple candles to see what it does into this area, but short Ren at 47. I'll add if it comes on the way down, but for most of these positions that I'm in, you know, there's starter positions. The only one that I've added into today was FSLR. I'm short here on FSLR on the break. So the uptrend here was broken to the downside. I have the chart under its 50 EMA, failing to make a higher high, and so I'm short on the down on FSLR. I added today as it broke the little pivot bottom here, and so I added into FSLR. It's probably the only one I think that I've added into. Seadrill SDRL. I have a position here at $3, playing the 200 SMA for a possible hold. So the chart came over to 200 SMA, pulled back to it, and I'm long at $3. Now, I don't really want the chart to break this little peak here. So, you know, that puts me at about, you know, a very tight stop, honestly. Maybe tighter than it should be, but it's where I feel comfortable with it. Being that it's a $3 stock, and if it breaks here, you know, the possibility of it coming back to this gap here at 250, I'm not going through that. So if I have to re-enter, I'll re-enter. For right now, I'm using a stop at under this pivot area here with my $3 entry. CXW. CXW, I'm short. Okay, this was a candlestick short. So I took the short based off the candlestick rejection yesterday and some volume on the sell side. So now that as long as the chart doesn't break the highs from yesterday, then I'll remain short on it until we see where the chart goes. If it breaks the highs, then obviously I'm out of this short position. But for right now, I'm short on CXW. Earnings are coming up on the 8th, so I have a few days to see if we can maybe get some profit taken off of the huge move that it's had before earnings. Or if it decides that it wants to run into earnings, then it'll stop me out, and then I'll be out of it. So again, my day trading positions have sometimes they extend into what are, you know, shorter term swing trades, because if there's a continuation in the direction that I want, like say for example the TSRO, then I end up keeping it a day or two longer than I anticipated. But I always look towards, when I'm getting into a trade, I'm always looking towards what can come out of it if I was to continue holding it. So the day trades, I take a lot of day trades during the day. You know, like today with Mattel and QCOM and now, I mean, there's a lot of day trades that we take during the day. But some of the trades that I take, I also look at what could be for continuation. I ended up holding what I usually end up holding some charts overnight. A lot of times I do for continuation to the upside or the downside, depends on the direction that it's at. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of clear up some of the positions that I have and with you guys, because I don't, as I said, get that much time to post every single entry and exit and stop and targets and all of this stuff. So I figure, hey, let me just throw up a little video and at least you guys can see where I'm at and what I'm up to, because I got nothing to hide. Those are my positions that I have right now, and I'll keep on holding it for right now. I would say that that my obviously my strongest gainer right now would probably have to be JDST off that the 17s entry, but I like that NTAP and I like the SM chart probably the most as far as potential for the upside. Also that little one that I took today, VNRAP. I mean, who knows? We'll see. I know that it has potential to the upside, and we'll see where it goes. Again, if you're trading that one, it's not a day trade. You don't want to look at the day trade candles because it's not really pretty, but it could be something there for a little longer term type of trade. Anyways, so that's about it. So if you guys are ever interested in checking me out at ITA, day trading live, definitely hit me up on Twitter or email me at barrymohan81@gmail.com. It's a great learning trading experience, and you do get to trade alongside, and we really go over in depth every single reasoning for each trades that we did. I mean, I can run over a couple of them really quick that we did today. We did STX long at the open. You can see my entry circle and you can see my exit circle for those for reference, even for those people that took it at the open. With the entries and the circles, I usually put circles for the members so that we know that when you're in a zone, if you're in a zone of that circle range, that you can take it long or short. We also did CREE. You can see two circles here also for entry and stop out area. I mean, we did quite a bit. FFIV for the short. There's my circle again for the short position. Obviously, the time moved. When I drew the circle, it was a different time, but the price action came in here for a short on FFIV. QCOM was the same. CQOM, yeah, circles. Given the area of resistance, the reasoning why, and the targeted area, everything on this was really just these circles, and these charts are actually what we traded today. Now NOW, the notes was for a short right into the open. Chart came right down into the zone that we were looking at for a possible bounce. What else did we go through? When Netflix, I don't think I had a, no, I had an arrow for the short here. Huge bearish engulfing on the 5-minute. That was a short call on Netflix. I usually point out areas of interest for members that are trading with us, because of yeah, sometimes people forget what you say, but if you can put a marker on what you are actually looking at and what you're actually trading, then it just kind of gets a lot simpler. I think ANAB was that IPO from today, and we also did a high of day area and a breakout trade for, that's the long area. I mean, we caught even GLBS right into the open. PULM, that was a little pig. We had that yesterday at 145. Charts sitting back right where it was. Took it long today. I mean, so we have a lot of trades that we do, a lot of fast moving active trades. We are very, very active as far as day traders go. DGAS, that was another one here. Long off the inverted head and shoulder pattern. That was the long entry call on DGAS. So a lot of trades that traders don't even take, because I mean, all throughout the day I continue to post tons and tons and tons of charts and entries and suggestions for trades, which I think is obviously something that's important if you want to try to help other people. So anyways, if you are interested in trading with me at ITA, just let me know. But tons and tons of stuff here. A lot of educational stuff all day long. Hope you enjoyed.